Now, the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about as far as this workout is concerned is that you can totally do it. I just want to give you the motivation and encourage you to try this out and do this. Just because you haven't seen yourself do it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you haven't seen yourself do it. Just because you haven't seen somebody else do it doesn't mean it's impossible. You can do anything anybody can as long as you try hard enough. And as long as what you're doing doesn't depend on somebody else, because then it's kind of like being stuck in traffic. You can only go as fast as the car in front of you. But this is all body weight, okay? Just you, right? So you can totally do this. And I know this for a fact because I can do this, right? Let me give you a little bit of a lowdown on me, because I'm not super athletic. I'm just like super stubborn. Again, it's mental, right? So I'm a cancer survivor, and my cancer caused a neuromuscular disorder, so when my right side doesn't work as well as my left side, my brain doesn't really talk to them as well. I'm 140 pounds. When I first started, I was less than that, and I'm a very small person. So I have that going against me. I've also got a slight tear in my rotator cuff and in my rhomboid. My right knee sucks. Pretty much my entire right side doesn't work very well anymore, thanks primarily to cancer. My knees don't work. In fact, really, I often tell people this is the school of broken people, because a lot of people have something that doesn't work, and they still come here because we still find a way to do it. There's several different ways of doing the same thing, and that's one of the things to try to get across to people, is that they can keep going. You might slow down, you can keep going. And I think there was like even a class where it's like me and 4 other guys, and I think there was like 3 good knees between us. It's like all total, right? We all have something, and so just because you have something doesn't mean you can't do this. It doesn't mean there's something. You can always modify it based on what you can and cannot do. Okay, and like I said, just because you've never seen yourself do it doesn't mean it's impossible. Okay? Often the first person to tell you that you can't do something is you. Okay? And the second person is physics. But for the most part, you're always going to be the most negative person. You're always going to have to work against yourself and be like, and not listen to your body that's inherently lazy and wants to, like, I don't want to do this. And you're like, no, we're going to do this, because it's good for you. And from a self-defense standpoint, that's the thing. In my school, I teach practical self-defense, and you're more likely to be taken out by negative health benefits, or like from not being healthy, than you are from crime. And so having people work out, that's like my main thing, is to try to get them healthy, because any martial art technique you do well enough and long enough, it's a workout. Okay, so it's kind of a win-win, because you're like fighting against, being unhealthy, and you're also learning how to hit somebody in the face. That never gets old. Okay, going to a gym, running on a treadmill, lifting weights, man, that can get boring. But punching and kicking, yeah, that never gets old, man. And so we have that mixed in, and that's something that you can do. That's something I want you guys to do, and I'm telling you, you can totally do this. All right, like for instance, this whole video, I've made this thing after I taught like 4 hours. I've taught 4 classes, private lesson, and did all that, and I've been doing at least 3 classes each week, each day, every single week, since 2016. All right, I'm not anything special. I'm just dedicated, and I'm doing this correctly in that it's all bodyweight stuff. It's all either based for a set amount of time, or it's going to failure. So you can totally do this. There's no reason why you can't. And if you think that, like, you could do better than me, then you probably can't, right? I'm telling you, man, I've got so much not going for me that like every little thing that I do is awesome to me, because I'm kind of like, there was a time where I couldn't even do anything, right? And I know I'm not alone. I know you might be one of these people that like you had some kind of medical thing happen to you and you're just kind of stuck. And I'm saying, dude, just get off the couch, do something. You can do the stuff in this video, or you can go for a walk. Just be consistent about it. You can totally do it. All up to you, man. And the thing to keep in mind is that you're never really going to be criticized by anybody who is doing more than you. Okay? That includes you, right? So, if you're critical of yourself, that's only because you're not actually doing it. Once you start doing stuff, you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm so much better than the past me who wasn't doing anything, right? Because something is better than nothing. If walking down the street is something you've never done before, that is a win. Okay, you've gotten off the couch, you walk down the street. If you can do 1,000 push-ups in 24 minutes, like I do all the time, that's all a win. But it takes a while to get up to that point. You just have to be consistent, and you can totally do it. Okay. Now, the thing is, like I said, I'm not a massive athlete that you see on television, movies like that. I'm just your average guy who is incredibly dedicated to what I'm doing, because that's a massive part of martial arts as well, right? The thing that takes the single most discipline and dedication is the fitness, which ironically is the one thing that has been dropped from most martial arts schools, to the point where the entire fitness industry evolved and erupted and is like 20% bigger than the martial arts industry. Because prior to the fitness industry, people were using martial arts for fitness. Made sense, because it's like, hey, I'm not only learning how to defend myself physically from other people trying to assault me, but I'm also learning how to stay in shape. Right? That's the basics of like Chinese martial arts. It's that yin and yang, working the internal and external kind of deal. Is that I feel like most of the fitness industry, the modern day fitness industry, is reinventing the wheel. Because like I see stuff and I'm like, oh, I do that too. I just kick people. And so it's all been there. They figured this out thousands of years ago. Okay, it's here. You just gotta take part of it. You gotta do it, and you totally can. I know you can, right? And you just have to not necessarily listen to your body's whining and complaining. And again, I can't preface this enough that this is, everybody's different, okay? And it's perfectly fine. There are different ways of doing the same thing, all based on your body type, all based on the context too, right? I mentioned before, if I have sporting events coming up and I'm in the off season, I'm going to be working on a certain way to gain as much muscle as I can for that season, right? This context is bodyweight exercises for the long run, for people who want to be healthy in the long run. People like me, I'm old, okay? So I don't have much to go for. I don't want to be spending a whole lot of time lifting weights. I want a very short workout that I can do in like 24 minutes. It's only one thing. It's just doing a crap ton of push-ups every other day, but it works out a lot of stuff. And so, I'm making this video for people to give them another avenue to work out, because that's so massively important. It is to be healthy, okay? And I don't have any kind of skin in this game as far as like making money off this. I'm not a medical professional, and I'm in no way, shape, or form part of an industry that makes $4 trillion off of the pain and suffering of other people, and it's also the #1 cause of bankruptcy in the U.S., right? They're not wrong, but they're also not going to tell you everything you need to know to live a healthy enough lifestyle to not pay them all the time. Okay, so it's a different context. This channel, as of today, the 17th of December 2022, I'm not monetized, so I'm not making any money off this video. Okay, And well, I mean, if you see this video and you like this and you like my school, Tactical Kung Fu Mixed Martial Arts, located in Durham, North Carolina, and you come here, yeah, that's marketing, all right? But I'm not making this for that. Like I said, not monetized, not sponsored. Okay, got no money coming out of this. If anything, I'm doing a kind of like a martial arts faux pas here in that I'm telling you some of the stuff and detailing how I go about some of the fitness in my class. Like all the stuff that I'm teaching you or showing in this video is stuff that I do in my class. Now I'm modified and have several different ways of doing the same stuff, but for the most part, it's there. And I've just told all of you, I've told my competition how to pretty much arrange a whole aspect of class and given the explanations of the different workouts. Technically, the business mindset, it's like, oh, we don't do this. We got to keep it all to ourselves. We got to profit off that. We got to, abuse the ignorance of others and make money. I'm like, nah. I see money as a result, man. I just want you guys to be healthy. Right? I want you guys to get as much as you can out of some of the content that I have. Okay, because it's written on the website. Better Living Through Martial Arts is what I do. I do lots of martial arts, and I make silly videos like this for your benefit. Okay, because you guys are awesome. All right, again, I'm Seafood Mike. This is Tactical Kung Fu Mixed Martial Arts, TKF MMA. Find me on YouTube, of course. That's what this is. Also, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, a bunch of social medias. You can find me on Google, tkfmma.com. My website. Learn all about me in this place. Okay, all TKF MMA. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, which I think is over there or somewhere. Finger gun. Bam, 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 bam. And again, I'm Seafood Mike. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you learned something. And yeah, man, take it easy. Be good to each other.